Good morning, Flosstube. Welcome to Justsewsherrie. I'm Justsewsherrie here on YouTube and also over on Instagram. Well, hello and welcome back. I am back. I'm back off the sick. So, massive welcome firstly to me for deciding to turn up after a couple of weeks MIA. Welcome to, if you are brand new, it's good to see you. I hope you subscribe and hang around. Welcome if you've been with me for a little while. Sorry, I got distracted by that, no doubt, fluff flying around my bedroom that I've never, well, my craft room that I've never dusted for God knows how long. So yes, welcome if you've been with me before. Welcome back, it's good to see you again. And of course, welcome to those stalwarts who have been with me from the very start. So we are on, I don't know what we are on, I can't find my phone. We're on today. Welcome to today. And we're just on 6 o'clock in the morning. So bright and early. Oh no, early. Maybe not bright. What date are we on? 29th of August, I think. No, maybe the 30th. I only know because, yeah, it must be the 30th because it's payday last day of the month and that's tomorrow. So we got paid on Friday yesterday. So that's the only reason I know the date. If it'd been any other date in the month, it's today. I'm here, right? I'm here. Is that not enough for you? Having to know where I am, that's just a bit too much. So, where have I been? Well, I've been off on the sick for two different reasons. Firstly, I don't think I remember the last time I was with you, I said, oh, I'm going out this afternoon. So, yeah, I went out and I went on, to be fair, it wasn't a long walk, but it was a walk up a hill with the king of false summits, my friend Ross. It's always like, oh, it's just up to here. Yeah, once you get up this bit, you're done. Get up to that bit. Oh, yeah, no, we've just got to go up here. No, that's definitely the last bit. That's it. Yeah, get up to the next bit. Well, we just need to, Ross, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. We must have gone through 8 false summits. I swear to God. And put it this way, I had to have a rest halfway up because I thought, I can't do this. So anyway, yes, I managed to get on said walk. It wasn't very long, to be fair. It was just a normal circuit for him walking the dog. For me, it was a mammoth marathon. And then on the Sunday, because I'm sensible, I thought, what? I was feeling a little bit niggly on my body. So what will I do today? Oh, I know. I'll do some gardening. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Got up on the Monday. Couldn't walk. Well, it wasn't so much that I couldn't walk. I couldn't sit. I couldn't hold my body on top of my pelvis, so I couldn't sit upright. I could only well, not even that far back. And I still now struggle. So I was leaning much further back. So it was just not conducive to holding a laptop and working. So I eventually, on the Thursday, I think, went to see I rang the GP and she said what it was. You see, I don't even go to the doctors these days. I just ring them. She said it was inflammation of my sacralisation that I've got. So the bottom of my spine has very kindly fused itself to my sacrum because of all the other stuff I've got going on. So it was just inflamed, that's all. So that was that, and that was on the Thursday. No, because I was off a week. And then that must have been the middle of the following week that I spoke to the GP because it just wasn't getting any better. And that's right, I rang on the Monday to get an appointment with the GP, but I couldn't get one till the Thursday. So by that point, it was starting to get a little bit better. So on the Friday, I was just living my life, la, 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 quite normally, well, normal as normal goes in my world while Man's out. It's not good these days though. He's always got his goonie on. He's always got his dressing gown on. The bare chests kicking about for me to get in a tiz over. So, never mind. Back to where I was. So yes, I went for a trip down the stairs on my back. And it was literally the third step from the top. I lost my foot. So it skidded. And the whole of my body just went back. And I literally like bumped all the way down the stairs. My God. So I had a big, it was a wood burn. You can see sort of how big it was. Because I wouldn't hang up, I've got 2 banisters because my balance is really poor coming downstairs. So I had hold of the banisters as normal, but because my whole body weight went, I couldn't hang on. But I was still gripping on for dear life in this hand. So this is where the banister was hurting. And I remember letting go halfway down because it must have dawned on me. I remember thinking, that hurts. You know, when you have an accident and it goes into like slow-mo where you have these thoughts. And I was like, that hurts. I don't know what it is. I let go. Oh, that's what it is. And that must have all happened in a millisecond of my head. So yeah, I did that. I had a massive carpet burn about so big on me back under where my bra was. So I couldn't obviously put a dressing on, and it was really sore. And I got up the day after when I was sort of trying to have a look at it. It looked quite inflamed, and I thought I need to get it cleaned, if nothing else. Because obviously I went down on, clothes. So there was, chances are there was muck and fibre and God knows what else in just from my clothes. So I had to go tiptoeing over to my mum's. It was about 10 o'clock the next morning because it was so sore. I went over to my mum's and I can't believe I'm 51 and I had to get my mum to put a dressing on a carpet burn on my back. I mean, it's a long time since I've had a carpet burn on my back, let me tell you. And it'll be a long time again since I willingly get a carpet burn on my back. Not in this lifetime, honey. So, yeah, so I hurt myself really badly. But it was on the Saturday when I woke up. Oh my God, my entire body. It literally felt I'd been battered. Like everywhere in my back. And my body, sort of my torso, was like, every time I moved, there was like 5 different pains shooting off. And I'm like, oh, couldn't figure out what was hurting for something else hurting. I genuinely felt like I'd gone bloody 12 rounds with Mike Tyson. Just battered. I've never felt like that before. Just, yeah. So I was very sore. So I would have been thinking about going back to work had that not happened. So I was off for another week. So I'm back today. I've done a couple of days at work, like part days, but mainly because my boss Claire was off, so I was covering her. So yeah, still doing part days, I think, for next week because I'm still struggling to sit up for any sort of length of time. But I'm hoping I'm going to be well and better because I think I'm going to see Coldplay at Wembley next week. If I'm well, I'm going to go and see them. I'm not that bothered about seeing Coldplay. Is that wrong? Is that really, really wrong? But it'll be nice to see my daughter, and I just want to see Wembley. I'm not sure when I'll ever get a chance to go to Wembley again. So yeah, I'll just go and see Courtney. We'll have a nice night with Chris and the boys. I'm not meeting him after the show though. I'm going to tell him this time, Chris, it's just too much for his pet. You'll just have to party on your own. So yeah. If you don't know me Chris Martin story, yeah, it's a goodie. Yeah. So anyway, I am back. Now, it was my 2-year Flosstubers that I missed. And I had gone out to you and asked you what you would want. Because I'll be honest, I didn't really want to do a whip parade. I get kind of bored of them after a while. So I think because I did one in January as well. So I'll probably do one in January when it's the season. And I asked what you fancied, and there was a couple of ladies said you would really like me to look at maybe favourite pieces I've done or pieces that I've stitched over the years. So I am going to do that next week. The reason being is some of the seasonal pieces are put away, so there's some in that cupboard. There's some in my cupboard in my bedroom, but it's underneath a lot of me towels and things like that. There's a load of Halloween in this cupboard, and I'm just not stretching my body to get things down yet. So I will do that. Fingers crossed it'll be next week. But I'll do that. In the meantime, I'll just catch up on me whips because obviously it's been, 3 or 4 weeks? It's been a while. I've been able to do some stitching. It's probably going to look like a lot that I've done, but remember it's been 3 or 4 weeks, so a bit here and a bit there adds up. Justsewsherrie. Right, we're on 11 minutes, so this is going to be a very quick Justsewsherrie. So before I went off sick, on the Wednesday or the Thursday, I can't remember, my daughter came home from, I think they'd been playing in Miami. So they came home and she brought her girlfriend up to meet us. It's the first time she's had a girlfriend, so that was exciting. So we went out. We had suggested Courtney that we have a meal out. And Emma, a girlfriend, was more than happy with that because she felt it would be a little less intimidating meeting everybody. To be fair, she's met my mum and dad before when they went over to Ireland to see Coldplay. She met them, although they weren't girlfriend then. So yes, we went out and she was lovely. What a lovely girl. And my niece Jennifer, who's just turned 15, is like in awe of Emma because she's American. She's like this wonderful continental being from another planet called America. And it was dead funny. Before they arrived, Jennifer was saying, is she very American? I says, well, I don't know. We'll find out how very American she is. It turns out she is very American because she was born there and everything. Oh, it's dead funny. But when you're 15, these things are massive. It is. So Emma was lovely. It was lovely to meet her. So at the end of the night, we were all sort of milling about outside just before we said ta-ra to each other after we'd eaten. And Courtney gives me a shout, oh, come on, Mum, getting this photo. And I was talking to my dad at the time. So gets in the group photo, me and my dad at the end. And there's a semicircle of where photo was taken. And my dad turned around. As we walked away, my dad turned around. He says, Sherrie, I don't think that's right. I says, what? He says, well, why was that woman taking a photo of us? I think there's something dodgy about that, mate. We shouldn't just be jumping into a photo when she wants, we don't even know her. I says, Dad, she's got Courtney's phone. I says, Courtney's asked her to take a photo of us so we can all be in the photo. Oh! Yeah, I thought that was dead canny. Most concerned because it was a very strange woman taking photos of us. And yeah, she's randomly just thought, oh, I fancy taking a random photo of a random family. Come here, guys, get in a photo. So no, that was the week that was, the 4 weeks. So where are we? Cross stitching. I have got a restart finish and fully finish. I've got a fully finish. I've got some other fully finishes. and I've got some whips. And I've just been working basically on my bigger projects. I feel like I haven't got much done, but I know I have. So let's start with the fully finishes. So I have done some more of my stockings. So these are from Blackbird stockings. Now, I was asked to do to show the stockings, show the patterns when I show the ones I'm stitching on. And I will do that next week when I do my fully finishes. I think I'll do a review of the ones that I've done so far as well. So when I go through and show me fully finishes, I'll show the month that they're from and the ones that I've stitched from that. So these are ones from the early part of the year. So this was maybe February. That was March, but I've just done that fairly recently. That was a bugger to stitch, to finish, because the shape of the foot just kept doing its own thing. So like when you see the shape of the foot, it's like nothing like the others. So anyway, I kept having to cut as we go and cut and cut and cut. Now it's like there's going to be nothing left of it. That one was January, in the days of Auld Lang Syne, and I just finished it with some gingham check. And I think that one was, it was either January or February. And I finished it with a tilde fabric. So another 1, 2, 3, 4 stocking finishes. I have then got, now you haven't seen this for ages. So I have got a frame with a clip on. So I decided this would be really good for changing out seasonal pieces. And I had a look through my drawer to see what I had. And I decided to go with the wee birds. Now I have got Christmas and winter to finish as well. So what I'm going to do is each so I'll be able to change them out for each of the seasons. And I think that's a bloody brilliant idea. I do. It kind of isn't all my idea because it was, the clip was already on. But what occurred to me was you could make this from any frame. You just need to get a, what these called, a tiger clip? It's not called a tiger clip. Elephant clip? What the hell are they called? I'm sure it's got something to do with an animal. I don't know. It'll come to us. Oh, yeah, yous are out there shouting whatever it is. Can't remember. Toothy clip? I don't know. I'm making it up now. So yes, so I've done this one. I've done winter and put it in. But then I remembered after I'd put it in that I wanted to add a little charm to it. And of course I forgot. So I may glue a charm on. It's my stitching and I can if I want. Apparently. Yeah, I'll be doing it in the dark, right? I'll be doing it in the dark so it doesn't count. So yes, so I haven't done the other two yet because I wanted to add some little embellishments onto them before I've done it. But I think that's brilliant. And this, I got this and I got another one. I'm still moving a little bit slower, so you'll have to bear with me. I got two of them from charity shop. This was like the start of planning this one out. So I got the two of them from the charity shop for £5. I think that's brilliant. And I might even re-distress this. You could distress it in any colour to match whatever decor you've got. So there you go, that's my genius kind of finish. Isn't that brilliant? Bloody brilliant. this one I had started the last time, and I was bumping my gums. I'm always bumping my gums about something. So I was complaining about you couldn't see the colour of the I was just doing it in sort of 2 colours. You couldn't see the internal colour. I restarted it because I wasn't happy with it at all. So this is the Aga cooker. So this is from Owl Forest Embroidery. Well, words. Guys, I'm here, right? Whatever else happens, just remember, I turned up. That's going to give me the only brownie points going today, probably. Oh, and I forgot to tell you at the beginning, turn up your volume in the cheap seats. I haven't, what do you call it? I was going to say primed my laptop. I haven't plugged in my laptop. I haven't charged my laptop. So I've had to put the wire in, and I can't put the microphone in at the same time. So I'm here, right? I'm here. So this was Owl Forest Embroidery, and I had started it with I wanted it to be grey in the middle and offset with the black, but the colours I'd picked just weren't working. Now, I wanted everything in my kitchen to be sort of grey and black, but then it occurred to me when I was thinking colours and what am I going to do, I thought a pop of red might be quite nice, with the grey and black, a pop of red. So that's what I went with. So I used a Roxy Floss red. I can't remember the name of it. I'll look it up if you need to know. And I just did DMC 310 for the black for the outside, and then I used graphite for the pans and the spoon hanging off it, and I did it on, sorry, a little bit of mad editing there because I went down a rabbit hole of not being able to find what I'd done it on, yada yada. So I did it on 38 count excuse me voice, Graziano in Grigio Pearl. So, and this was an unusual fabric, that's why I went on I need to find it to tell you, because I got this from Linda at the Sampler Guild. I think it was at one of the Floss Friends she was at, and she had some fabric with her, because I got that one and I got this one, the same. It's like a dusky rose, really lovely. So that was what I did. Where's it gone? That on, and I did it 1/2. So, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. After I'd been and ahhing about colours, I really enjoyed stitching this, and I think it's come out brilliantly. And this was one of the pieces I stitched to a frame. So I picked out the frame, and then I picked out a motif, but looked at sizing to see what size would fit the frame so that I can hang it up in my kitchen. So I'm doing well. So far I think I've got 5 pieces to hang in my kitchen, but I haven't got a big one. So I think I'm going to have to go with hanging my old print up there, because I've got like a mandala print. That might have to go up there for now, and I might need to start a bigger piece for the kitchen. So yeah, but we're getting there. Isn't it, Mr. Tolkien? Little by little, one goes far. Okay, now we're on to whips. Might need to take little breathers because I'm getting a little bit sore. So, where am I? Have I got a picture of this? I don't think I have. I think I got sick of printing everything out. No, I haven't got a picture of this, but you'll get the gist. So this is the herbarium. Oh, I haven't got my board. You see, this is all going to be new girl mistakes today. Hey, I'm here. That's all you're going to hear, you know. You do realise this week is going to be brought to you by I'm here, right? Honestly, do you know, I felt dreadful. It was the second time I had to... Was it the first time or the second? It was the first and the second, but particularly the second. I thought, this is worse than ringing in sick to work. I like putting up the notice saying, I'm really sorry, I'm not going to be filming. I just feel really bad. So anyway, I'm here, right? It'll be carnage and chaos, but I'm here. So this is as far as I am. So this is now, one of you wonderful ladies looked it up. I think it's a poem by Tennyson. And I can't remember what it was called. Must do better, Sherrie, must do better. The red rose cries, she is near, and the white rose somethings, she is late. The larkspur, does that say listens? She is here, I hear, and then it's, and the lily, I wait. The lily says I wait. I think it's spring it's alluding to. So I've done them, and I'm doing this. This is the series done by Sarah, the Stitchery Sisters, and I'm doing it with all of the bloody lovely colour palette. I've said this before, but what I really like about this series is these are the threads that cover the full year subscription, and it's a lovely palette, but more to the point, it's not a huge one, so it's doable. It's not intimidating. Well, I don't think it is anyway. Some of when you get the full year and get the threads, I mean, you're just like, oh, before you've even stitched a stitch, when you see how many threads you've got, it's like, oh my god, you're never going to get through this. So that is that one. I'm going to have to move things around. So what is in here? You see, I haven't unzipped my bags, but then again, I haven't got my microphone. So, so this is the puppy from, so these are August's. Done that one, I think, but I don't know where it is. I've lost half them. I was collecting them all up, you see, to do a bit of a review. I'm sure I've done that one, but I've got no idea where I've put them all. And that's the third one, which I've done as well. That's a good point. I don't know where that one is either. Hey, I'm here. So where am I? So last time I had started, remember? And I had gone wrong. So the leaf, either the leaf was wrong or this was wrong. The counting was all out, and it was going to be a pain in the backside to fudge. Well, I couldn't have fudged it. I would have had a frog, but I couldn't even figure out which bits to frog properly. So I started again. I only started this, I think it was yesterday or the day before. So I have just started again. I am using, it's meant to be done with lobster claw, and tangerine. So it's meant to be an orange poppy, but we discussed this last time. I'm not a fan of orange poppies. I've got a couple in my garden, but I like a red poppy. So I'm doing it with Ladybug, and I'm obviously doing it with another red. Said red is not even on me So I do not know what I've done with the other red. Hey, I'm here. Right, so that is my poppy. I would like to get that maybe finished for next week. I'm desperately trying to get all of the months finished of the ones I want to do, so then I can de-kit them. It's not so bad once we get to the end of the year, I don't think, because I don't think I've got all of the, like some of the threads will be reused from earlier on in the year, so they'll have been de-kitted and hung up there, so there won't be as many to sort of de-kit. Oh, I've missed a start and a finish and a new start. Knew I would. So this is September. Suddenly realised I hadn't even started on my September ones. So this is Splendid September. So there's that one on the front, and then there are those two on the back. So I have started and finished that one. Now, I'm tempted to do a bit of backstitch around these windows, because there are little gold windows in there and you just cannot see them. Did I see a cat? I did. Thought I saw a tail, a little tail. It's ages since we've seen a cat on here, isn't it? Oh, it's Jen. Are you coming to do it? No. No. He's trying to get in my fabric drawer. Oh, he's going to come up and do you're going to do a meet and greet. Hello, son. You're doing a meet there? Meet all the people, all the lovely ladies. I know. We haven't seen them for ages, haven't we not? Haven't had any mute misfortunes since the last one, thank God. Although, to be fair, that's Jem. He's no bother. It's bloody Scout. That's the pain. So yes, that's the one I've done. So I can't believe I'm choosing to do some backstitch. But yes, I think it just needs a little bit of backstitch. Either that or it needs a much lighter colour to go in. But now that I've put it down, not going to frog it. So I then turned my attention to the second one. So I'm going to do this one. I am not going to do this one. I just don't like it. I don't like the colours. And yes, I know I could change the flowers, but there's quite a lot of stitching in there as well. And I could do with getting some of my others finished. So the other one I started, and I'm not a million miles off finishing. So I've been left with problems following me trip down the stairs. As I said, I hung on the banister with that one. I ended up chafing all me arm. But this one was literally just yanked. So I've been left with loads of shoulder problems. And it's just getting steadily worse and worse and worse. So yesterday I started just one hand stitching. Normally I two hand stitch, and I think it's that I'm holding my arm up so long. So I started putting a pillow under it to support it, but it was getting worse and worse. So yeah, so yesterday I one-handed stitched this. Now it's meant to be, Jem, I know I haven't seen you for a while, doll, but no one wants to see your bum. They don't. So this is meant to be all black, but I thought that was a bit grim. Like, it's autumn. Get the most vibrant colours. in the autumn, or I think we do. Jem, we need to have words, son. So he's probably due oh, I know what it is. He's been sleeping up here. So he's been sleeping just down here in front of my sewing machine, keeping an eye on it for us. So that's what it is. We're in his bed. So if you people could just bump along a bit, let Jem into his bed, that would be really good. That's what it is. So there's me thinking he's come to be sociable. No, he hasn't. He's come to go to bed. And you're in it. So I decided to do, and I picked out nutmeg. So I am doing it with nice autumn colour. So classic colour, or the Gentle Art. It's the classic Colourworks. No, both Gentle Arts, Raven and it was nutmeg, wasn't it? Yeah. That I'm doing for those. Just thought, why black? Kind of get black for maybe December or January. So like that one's January, and I think the black lends itself quite well. But I'm not sure why they've done black. I know they said that they do put a little bit of bump in about why they choose to do. And this was meant to be around the flowers that they get. I'm sure I read somewhere it was meant to be around the flowers that are wherever they live. Can't find, oh, it's on the back, man. Bloom and coxcomb surround our sampler house stocking. The repeating pattern of the wicker basket stocking is a quick and easy. So it doesn't say why they've only chose one colour. Oh, it does. Stitching with one colour of floss is a relaxing way to finish a busy day. And I mean, you know me, I love me monochrome stitches, especially with a variegated thread. So that's why. So, right, let me move things around a little bit and just have a breather. Right. Let's have a look where we're going to go next. Okay. Tiny Modernist, the Edgar Allan Poetry. So this is my Halloween challenge where I'm picking a whip a month and trying to get it finished if possible. If not, excuse me, you see, I'm sorry about Jem's tail. He's decided he'll sit somewhere else since you're in his bed. So he's busy cleaning his tail. I'll move it. Shall I move it? It's not going to happen. I'm trying to move him out your way, but it's not going to happen. Sorry. You'll just have to put up with the background noise. So yes, so I'm trying to either finish them or if they're bigger projects, at least get it a good month stitching done. So how well have I done? Well, I'm not finished, but all I had done when I picked this up was the moon. So I'm quite pleased how far we've got. So the last time you saw him, he was, and I feel like this stitching piece is a he. So I'd only done the moon. The last time you saw it, I'd done the top shelfer and I'd done this side. And I was, oh, no, I'd done this side. I did this the last time as well. And I was moaning on about the handle being wonky. So since you've seen it, I have done all of this. I've put him in and I've put his handle correct. I ended up taking this handle out because it didn't look right. The OCD in us just was like, no, it's wonky. I cannot have a wonky handle. So I took it out. And I've come down here, done the chandelier, and do you know what? I know why I wanted to do this after all. It's got Newcastle United pumpkins, black and white stripes. I mean, what's not to love? And this is like, I think this is an inkwell. That's obviously a feather. I assume it's for Edgar to still do his literary works from Beyond the Grave. And then obviously over here we've got the raven and another black and white pumpkin. It is the end of the month. Tomorrow? Monday? Whenever the date is, it's the end of the month. So it's only a day or two, so I'm not going to get this finished. But I already know what I'm going to do in September, and I'm dead excited to start it. And there's not much to do for it to be finished. So what I'll do is finish the one. And I remember deliberately leaving it thinking, oh, that'll be a nice, easy, quick finish next year and it'll look great. So I'll do that one and then I'll hop back to this to see if I can get some more progress on this as well. Because the whole point was to get rid of some whips before starting any new ones. Speaking of whips, have you seen Rachel, Talking Dog? She's done another floss tube. She's done a whip parade. The first part is the movie edition. So it's over 2 hours. So if you're after a bit of zoning out, just to stitch and have someone blather in the background, Rachel's your place to go for a nice, or if you want to be enabled. Let's be honest, I have been dead good. Well, I haven't. I mean, I'm never dead good. That word isn't in my vocabulary. Oh, I should have said, sorry, I'm doing this on a 20 count Megan Coffee craft. So, with the called for DMC, it's only three colours, black, white, and it's like a grey kind of colour. What was I going to say? What was I saying about us being good? I've forgotten why I was good. What on earth? Welcome to the menopause, menopause, the menopause. Welcome to the menopause where you lose your words. Yeah. Well, actually, it wasn't just my words I lost, it was my entire train of thought. I'll come back to it. That's totally flummoxed us. What was I talking about? Oh, I was talking about shopping and that I've been dead good. So, yes, because I was talking about whip parades and getting excited over shopping and stuff. I've been dead good this year. I've been on my challenge of only buying 3 things a month that I want. So not needs, but things that I want. So, but I've had lots of loopholes along the way, as you'll know if you've watched me this year. So anyway, I had been dead good until recently, and I don't know what pulled me in again, but I started looking online. Before I knew where I was, had I made 3 orders? I know I've definitely made 2. 1 hasn't arrived yet. But now I'm like head down into needle place market. Can't remember. Yeah. It's not good when somebody like me gets. But I'll show you. I've got one of my gifts today. And I've got a cotton and twine unboxing for you as well. And I'll have some next week. Fingers crossed. I'll have some next week. So, Modern Folk Embroidery. Ward Jacob. Oh, we've got half the pattern for put sampler in here as well, just in case you're randomly looking for something else to stitch. Why not? Do not keep all your patterns mixed up together. Why not? That's the sensible thing to do, isn't it? So this was the one when I have fought for dear life over the I've lost the other clip again. I fought for dear life over the colours that there it is, over the colours that I'm using on this one. It still isn't over. No, it's not over, guys. Sorry. So this is as far as I am. Let's just shove this over a little bit. That's it. I can't hold my left arm really at all. So this is as far as I am. And you see here, so I've frogged the bird. I've still got the leaves to frog, and I'll need to frog him as well. I've started there. I don't know if you can see very well. It's a navy blue that I started. It's not Old Jeans, because Old Jeans was the tone on tone. I don't know what navy blue I've started because I haven't kept it for some reason. So I've obviously decided that I'm not doing navy blue. So we're still in the, God's sake, Sherrie, make your mind up. So I thought, I was so stressed about the third colour, shenanigans. I thought, you know what? I'm just going to go back to stitching the ones that I know are black and the ones I know are white. The colour will present itself, I'm pretty sure. So basically I've done all this. So I've come back and done the big, or half the big white motif in the middle. And that's the biggest, I would say biggest motif, but not necessarily the most intensive. So that is that motif. But this one looks, it's got some stitching in it. It's not quite as big, but it's got a lot of stitching. So I was quite surprised how quickly this stitched up. I thought this was going to be like a mammoth to stitch, but it actually hasn't. I think I did this in 2 or 3 sittings. So I was quite pleased with this, and I'm doing this on, was it Aphrodite? Anthracite. Hey, I'm here. Anthracite, so I got 40 count, I think. You'll probably know better than I. So that is as far as I am, and it's really coming on. I'm really pleased with it. So far, so good. I need to put the third colour out of my mind and just stitch it, because I was losing the will on it. And it'll happen. It'll happen when it happens. And I think sometimes that's the best thing to do, to literally, rather than put it down and walk away, because I've been doing that for months now with it. So rather than doing that, I'm just going to stitch the ones that I know. Oh, and I am doing it with Weeks. Is it White Lightning? Weeks White Lightning and Gentle Arts Suit. And the other 2 are ones that I've either tried or I'm trying. Oh, God, this has been the bane of my life. Best of it is, I was like, oh, I'm doing this as a legacy piece, and that's why I'm struggling with it, is because I want it to be perfect, and I need to put that away. I need to put that away, because I don't think Courtney wants to keep it anyway. So I just need to think, do you know what, it's just another stitch. And I think that'll help with getting so stressed about it. So, and Tong Uffendell 1835 by Hands Across the Sea. And I haven't touched this for a week or 2, so I'm not sure how much I've done on it. We will find out together, guys. haven't done. Oh, I know what I've done. I haven't done, it doesn't look like I've done a huge amount. Oh. So what have I done? I've started continuing down here with this. I think I've done a little bit at the beginning, but mainly I've done these. So I've done, I think it was that one and that one. Did I do one over here? I can't remember. So I haven't done a huge amount, Anna. This isn't one of the ones I've been head down into. Don't know why. I just haven't. So I have done a little bit, and I know I still need to backtrack and do some things up here. Because the longer I put it off, the more it'll be I don't want to do it, and I'll leave it to the very end. So I need to do it. So I'm doing this on 36 Count Winter Moon by Zweigart, is it? I think. With all of the called for DMC. Them trees, man. And this, love this. This flower, like the whole thing, but makes it pop, doesn't it? Makes it pop. So that is that, that is that. Now this one I've got some good progress on since you last saw it. So this is Jardin Prive, and it is au fil de Nichoirs, bird boxes, bird houses. I don't know. It's a place where birds stay, but basically it's a calendar of bird boxes. And this is really starting to come on. Look at her. So I'm doing this for my parents for Christmas, because they're heavily into the bird boxes. They've got loads in the garden. There we are. That looks a bit better. So what have I done since you last saw her? Quite a lot. Quite a lot. So last time you saw her, I'd just done the little bird, I think, and had done the outline of the bird box. So basically I've finished all that, come down, done the watering can, the flowers. I have backtracked and put some of the back stitching along here. I've still got to put his legs in, but other than that I've done all the back stitch, put his legs in, done the flowers, and it makes a difference. I'm trying to do a little bit of back stitch as I go as well, because that's one of the other things that you put off till the end, and it's just horrendous having to like force yourself to do it. And then I've come along and done this one. Now this beach one with the sea and the seagull. The seagull is one thing too high. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that, because it's just the legs that are left to do. So he's going to look very, very leggy. Alternatively, I didn't know whether to stitch another row of white. So I'm umming and ahhing over it still, so I'll leave it. And I've done the sailing boat one. And down here, put the crab. We've got a crab in. And another little bird. So that's as far as I am. I did have a little bit of a moment. It was the day before yesterday when I thought, I haven't got enough room. I haven't got enough room. Because if the sun's in the middle, I've got to do all that all over again. And honestly, it comes to about here. And I'm like, I haven't left enough room for... And I spent time measuring it and I counted the stitches again. But when I counted the stitches, like when I'd done on my app to see how big the material should be, it comes to about here. So it gives plenty room on the end. Because I knew I wanted to frame it, which is why I've left a good sort of, I've tried to leave 2.5, 3 inches to make sure that I've got plenty for framing it, because I can't afford for this to go wrong. So I just had like a, oh, Sherrie. And all I could think was, well, I'll have to sew another piece of fabric onto the end and use that to frame it, like to pull it in. Because I don't think it'll go past the actual green, it just won't leave me enough. And then I realised the sunshine isn't in the middle of the piece. I thought once I'd done the sunshine, it would be that again. It isn't. The sunshine's only in the middle of the summer. So I've got January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. So I've only got September, October, I've only got another 4 months. So you only need another handful. So if I have measured it correctly, it's just that the bloody sun. For some reason, I just thought the sun would be in the middle of the year. Because, like, obviously summer solstice is in middle of June. Yeah. This is why I don't design. Because I can't be held responsible for my actions. I can barely hold it together for a floss tube. Let's be honest. There's no way I'll be doing designing like our art. And have you seen Lauren Flosstubers needlework? Is it needle place? Oh, I should have said, by the way, I'm doing that on 36 count fibre on a whim cypress with all of the called for DMC. But yes, Lauren's and Sam, I think poor Sam gets forgotten about. So their needle place releases are fabulous, absolutely fabulous. You need to go and look them up if you haven't seen them. Love the witch one, absolutely love the witch one, right up my street. So pot sampler. Now I know I got some progress on this. I think that's why I didn't do so much on Tong Uffendell. I think I just, for some reason, went head down into this one. And I am chuffed to bits. If I remember right, I'm chuffed. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If I nail the fabric, everything else just comes together. And I think on this one, in my opinion, my very humble opinion, apart from one colour which I'll show you, I think I've nailed the fabric. So, look at her. I've even got to hold her back. Hold me back. So, this is the bottom. This is the bottom. So I've got another quarter left to finish. So since you saw her, I think I'd started putting the bones in of this flower, but that was all I'd done. So I finished it off. Come back and done the crown, the little squirrel here. Obviously done the rest of the pot. Done the pot in the middle and the two either side. And then we're going symmetrical over here. So I thought, because I'd just done this, I thought I'm going to give myself a change and I'm going to do the bottom one. Then come back up here and do that one. Then go and do that one. So I'm not just repeating it over again, because I think this took these flowers took a little bit of doing. I mean, I know they're not mammoth, but it was just there's like 3 different colours in it. Anyway, method in my madness was it'll be a change to come from that to doing that again. And again, give myself a breather for doing that. I'm having to force myself to do the border. I'm struggling with this border. It looks good. I don't know if it's meant to be butterflies. Let me stand up. Let me go up, guys. We are going. E-I-E-I-E-I-O. Up the Premier League we go. Newcastle song. And Newcastle. Oh, what a summer of madness we've had with Newcastle United. Just been, our star player decided he's down tools and doesn't want to play it for us ever again. And it's all been fairly publicly big spat. It's been going on for weeks and weeks now. And I'm just like, do you know what? Kick him to the curb. Get rid of him. Don't care where he goes. Don't care how much from. He doesn't want to play in black and white, and we don't want him playing in black and white. Tell him to do one. So it's still ongoing. What a saga. Anyway, back to nicer things. Going, honestly, my temper goes right up when I think about it. And I think about him. And it's a shame, because he was our star player, and his reputation will now be tarnished. We'll never think of him again in the same breath, we'll never think of him again the same, put it that way. Anyway, so yes, I was on about I'm not sure if they're meant to be flowers or butterflies or just shapes, but I just find them tedious, and I don't know why. I just do. So I'm having to, I think it's because there's no, I've still got to follow the pattern. Doesn't matter how many of them I've stitched, I've still got to follow the pattern. I can't just say, oh, I'm going to do some border and just zone out and do it. It's not like that. I've still got to count them. Probably may be thick, but there we are. So I did come back and put some of these in, because I thought if I leave it to the very end, I'm really going to struggle with it. So it's been done on XDew rustic sheep on 40 count, and I just think it's perfect. Other than, I mentioned it the other week, the little flowers on here you cannot see. They're tone on tone, and you can barely see it even in the real world. I'll see how fed up I am at the end of it, and if I'm happy to keep on stitching, I'll frog that and put another colour in. I suspect I'm going to end up having to frog it and put another colour in, because every time I mention it to you, I point it out. So it's obviously preying on my mind. So that is that one. Need to sit down now. Actually, I better not, because these two could be standing up ones. So this one, I've got some progress on. So Anne Burnhope, 1895. As you can see, I'm just basically desperately trying to get some of my bigger ones finished. I don't feel like I can move on. And one of my gifts that I've ordered is going to be a replacement for the pot sampler as well. So I cannot wait for it to arrive, and I'll show you next week, hopefully. So I need to finish the pot sampler before I'm allowed to start it, put it that way. So pot sampler needs to be done. There we are. So what have I done since you last saw her? I can't remember. I've done a bit. I know I've come down here, finished the border. You see, this one, the border, I can zone out to. I know where I'm going with it. The only problem with it, and I don't know how many times I must have done it. I must have done it a dozen times easily, where I've been la stitching, and when I've come to this bit along here, I've come along and then put another circle in instead of putting the curly bits in. The amount of times I've done it, and I don't know why, I just have. So yeah, and I've come down here to the bottom as well, and I don't know if I've done this or I've finished it. And I've been working on the middle a bit as well. I've done a little bit more in the middle. So yes, this is a little by little, we will get there. Now I need to replot it. Discussed, am I going to put Anne without an A's name on, or I'm going to put my name on? I have decided to put my name on, and I have decided to put Sherrie Ann with an E on, mainly because all the way through stitching her, it's A Burnhope, and I've decided she was Anne without an E, and that's why she's been so flowery in all our letters, because she feels neglected in her name. So because of that, that's why I'm going to put Anne with an E, because I did think, oh, should I just put Anne in and Anne Burnhope? And then I thought, no, I'm going to put my name in. I'm going to put Sherrie Ann in. I won't put my surname in because it would just take too much, and I'm not doing it. So I need to plot that out. It does give me an alphabet to do it, so I just need to plot it out and work out where to start, and then I'll start. And I think once I've started to put the name in, I think the rest will fly, because it's the plotting it out bit that I'm dragging my feet over. But yeah, oh, and I should have said swell. I should have said swell. No, I should have said as well. Antique white, that's what I got done with Gentle Arts. That's that one. And my last one, which I'm pleased about, because I don't think I could hold any more up, is, you know, I did actually put this one on Instagram because I'm pleased with the progress that I've getting on her as well. Actually, do you know, let's go, we're going to go down. Let's hope we're not going to go down in the Premier League. Right, we're back. We're back, we're back, we're back. So, Gaia, the Earth Goddess by Filapina. And this is how far I am. I am thrilled. I really am. So what have I done on her? Well, I've done bits and pieces. I've done bits and pieces coming down here, just adding more in. There's been bits of white and stuff that I've added in. Same with this side. I've come down and done some more, adding in some more confetti stitching. So a lot of it doesn't look like progress, but it is. Look at that though. That's not looking good for framing. There's a bit more to come down here as well. So this may have to be a fabric sewn onto the end to frame it. But it'll be fine because it won't come too far at the end, I hope. So, and then I got to the point where I was missing Krynic and a Karen water lily, espresso, sorry. So I needed to order them, and that was why I went onto the website. That's right, that's why I went on. And then I fell down a bit of a rabbit hole because I hadn't been on shop websites for a long time to try and achieve my challenge. So yeah, and then it all kind of went, yeah. So yes, so I ordered the Krynic. There was this one and there's another one that I needed more of. So I've come back here and I've filled in the Krynic on this flower that it was waiting for. And there was somewhere else. I think it was down here as well. So I've done all the Krynic down here. So I've started putting more of that in. I have started beading. So I've done the beads. I don't know if you can see where I've done the beads. So beads here, beads here, beads here, beads all along a belt. And then of course these beads. And she's got a huge headdress, if you like, which most of it is in black coffee. I keep calling it black coffee. Espresso. So all of that is in espresso, and down at the bottom is all in espresso. So whilst there's still a good chunk to go, I had to do what I already had in, and that was some of the beads, basically. So yeah, so I started beading her, and I did finish her face. I need to go back and do the back stitch, but I did finish the flesh on her face and coming down here onto her chest as well. Oh, and I put her hand in over here. Again, these hands need to be back stitched, but I have put them in. But she is looking top notch. So I'm waiting for espresso coming from 123 Stitch. I ordered the Krynic from, I was a little bit, well, yeah, I was really frustrated. I hate ordering one thread. I won't do, it's not something I'll do, because I just feel bad. Like, you know, I want to support the places that I buy from, and I just think it's just not worth their trouble or mine to buy one thread. But it was Krynic thread that I needed, so I could only find some of it here and some of it in the US. So there wasn't anywhere that I could order all of it from. So that's why I've hung on before ordering it, because I knew I would end up having to order more stuff. So I did order the 3 Krynic in a pattern from Create Nostalgia, and I'll show you the pattern that I got. And I have ordered the espresso and the other Krynic from 123 Stitch, which hopefully will be here sometime next week. So once I've got all those, I'll be able to finish the actual stitching. And then, so the Krynic and the espresso. And I'm quite happy stitching my Krynic, doesn't bother me at all. So I'm looking forward to getting some of the bits finished off. And I've tried only to bead where the surrounding stitches have already been completed, because otherwise I'm going to fight to get the thread under where I need it, because I'm doing it on 32 count even weave, and the ones where they're all together, there is no way you could go any smaller stitch count and still get the beads to fit in. On a couple of them I've had to miss out beads because they just don't fit. So, and I mean, this is a 32 count even weave. I haven't counted it, but I'm sure it'll be pretty spot on. So it just goes to show. So that is as far as I am, but she just fills my heart with joy. She really does. And I honestly, hand Hand on Heart, both her and Snow Queen, never thought I'd get to the end of. I thought I would get maybe a third of the way through and just think, oh, this is never going to get finished, and just fling it to one side and sit as a whip forever. So I'm genuinely amazed that I've managed to get so far through, and I'm still enjoying stitching on her. There's no, I don't have to force myself to do it. But yeah, she just makes me happy. So that is all of my stitching. So I've got a couple of things to show you that I'll get moved around and I'll be back with them. Right, last lap. So, gifts. And I have been gifted. So the first one was my gift to me. Now I had 7 left that I've accrued that I can still choose to buy. I'm not sure this counts, right? We've discussed this, the loophole theory, right? Life's about finding the loopholes. I think this is, I don't think this should count. And I'll tell you for why. I had this conversation. I'd order Kreinik. And I'm not just going to order Kreinik on its own. And I have been after this for the longest time. Now, when it arrived, this is Oh Christmas Tree by Samplers Not Forgotten. When it arrived and I looked at the picture, I thought, no. But actually, if you look it up on any website, it's glorious. It's really, really gorgeous. And it reminds me of vintage tree that I did by October House Fibre Arts. It reminds me very much of that. So I'm going to do it on the same linen. I think it was raw I did it on. So sort of an old-fashioned-y type piece. So yes. So I don't think that counts. So I think I've still got 7. Do you think? I also got my World of Cross Stitching magazine, which is all about Santy. We're in September. Well, we're in 2 days we'll be in September, and then you might as well be at Christmas. I don't understand where the year's gone. It was only February 2 months ago. I'm probably in about May. That's where I feel like I'm at the beginning of summer. That's where I should be. Maybe I should just fly to Australia, be a sunshine chaser. I think that's what my daughter's going to do, be a sunshine chaser. So yes, so that arrived, and the gift you got with it, you can't really see because they haven't put photos. I can't obviously show you the patterns, but I think there's a mouse. There's the thing for gift tags. And then there's a couple of mouse ones. Oh, they're right at the top. There, that one. That one. And that one. So a couple of little mousies. And Santa stitching. That's where we are, ladies. We're coming to Santa stitching. But I have been gifted cotton and twine box for August, and it is it's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And I've waited ages for this. It ran out of one of the things, so I didn't get it as soon as I normally would to show you all. Honestly, fab. It's one of the best ones. Yeah, I love it. And I need to tell you all about them as well. Because they're going to do they're doing a new subscription where you don't have to get the same every month. So you sign up for it and you can get either the PDF pattern, the kit, which comes with the pattern and all the threads, or you can get the gift box. So if, say, you're somebody who works overtime maybe, and you're not going to get that every month, it means you can some months just get the PDF if you know your pay's a bit lower or whatever, or if you feel like you've done loads of overtime, you deserve a treat, you can just hop onto the. So it signs you up, but you only have to choose one of 3, which I think is a brilliant idea. Really, really good. So what did I get with this one? So this is, and I love this, Happy Halloween. I think this will be stitched up in no time. And now I got it maybe about a week or 2 ago. And I didn't think you were going to get to see it, to be fair, because I was itching to start it. Really, really, really itching. And now that I've looked at it again, I'm going to have to start it. You get that. You get either linen or Ada. And it's specially dyed is what I got. And you get all the threads. And this usually, yep, there's a needle in there as well. You don't have to have anything to start. Well, maybe a hoop if you're going to be a hoop stitcher. And you then get a tea bag, Earl Grey. It's nice. And you get, I haven't eaten them all. In my defence, right, there are some left. The jelly bean factory, and these are like proper jelly beans. They're gorgeous, absolute gorgeous. And yes, I did kind of have a little snip in. Just, I was quality control, ladies and gentlemen. I just needed to check for, you know, because I wouldn't want to sell you any duff stuff. Yeah, they'll be finished today. Look at her. Look at the little witch that you get. Isn't she just lush? I love her. I think she's fab. I do. I think she's great. She's got her little witchy boots on. Isn't she lush? Fab. And you get the frame. So you get the frame as well. Now their boxes are £20 for Ada, £22 for linen. And it's on the Historical Sampler website, which I'll link below. So I'm going to start that today. I want to start that as well though. I want to do some more beading. And I want to do all the things. It's the problem with the floss tube, you know. I don't know if any others find this. When you're cooking a big meal, like say Sunday dinner, roast dinner or something like that, you end up not hungry at the end because, and just for me, I've kind of mentally eaten it as I've gone along. And it's the same with stitching. When I do a floss tube on a Saturday and I bring out all my stitching, I struggle to stitch for the rest of the day because I've kind of done them all, if that makes sense. So, yeah, that could be just me being weird though. You decide. So, have we come to the end? I think we have. So I'm looking forward to next week. I will get all of my, hopefully if I get my arm sorted, I've got my alarm set, ready to get an appointment at the doctor's. So as long as I can retrieve all my finishes, we'll do a fully finished parade. It'll be nice for me to see what I've got, because as I've finished things, fully finished them, I've just shoved them in a drawer, whatever, and hope I come across them during the season or whatever. So it'll be nice for me to take stock, literally do a stock take, and hopefully you'll see some ones that you like. Yeah, there could be some serious enabling going on. Yeah, get the overtime in, lasses. So I'm looking forward to that. I will also do a little bit of a recap on me a little like reintroduction 2 years on, where I am, who I am. We'll do that. And we've got a very special anniversary coming up that we'll talk about as well. So, in the meantime, I will leave you with my final thought. Now, this is based on, I'm here. Look, I'm here, right? It's based on just turning up today. Even if I'm out of sorts or I can't do much or I'm seriously flagging by the end, which is about now. So it's about that. And it's also a little bit about my modern folk embroidery. I've tried to find the colours again and again and again. And I've just given up and gone back to, let's just do the ones I know and fall in love with it all over again kind of thing. So final thought today comes from, it's an American author called Napoleon Hill, who wrote a lot of like self-help stuff. So it comes from him and it says, do not wait. The time will never be just right. Start where you stand and work with whatever tools you may have at your command, and better tools will be found along the way. Bye for now.